Hey guys, just a reminder, this is not official medical advice or such. Please seek an appointment with a licensed medical provider. Welcome back everybody to Performance Medicine TV. We are diving in to the Johnson City location today with nutrition coach Lucas Schmidt. Lucas, how's it going, man?
That's going great. How about yourself?
One, I'm thinking about foods that kind of look good to me, but maybe aren't so good. So we're gonna, hopefully you can kind of, give me some advice here on some of these foods that are look good on the outside, but maybe not so great on the inside.
Sure. So this would be like deceptive foods that you might think are healthy or low calorie. And this will be kind of brief in general. It'll be categories of foods and just little things to look out for. It's kind of a follow-up to the last episode we did, which was low calorie, good foods to eat, that you can eat lots of and not worry about. So the main things that I look for, it's pretty easy to spot them once you learn. Let me just give an example of a specific food. Okay, so you have the Oreo, which is a great dessert, like one of the most perfect junk foods in the world. Texturally, flavor, you got a little bit of everything in there. And it's no secret that Oreos aren't good for you. I don't think anybody at Oreo would say that they're good for you, the company. Like everybody knows.
Yeah.
But most people don't care. Then they came out with the Oreo Mini. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
They're like in a little chip bag. It's like yay big. It's light, almost as light as air. You could drop it and it would probably fall like this. And you open it, and it's also mostly air. And then you get these little like pentagon or hexagon little shape, flat chocolate. They're delicious. You ever had them? The Oreo Minis?
Oh, absolutely.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Now they don't have the icing on them.
Yeah.
But they have the little flecks on. I mean, it's just great. Now, the thing about the Oreo Mini, I remember when I first had them, I thought, wow, these are amazing. They're different from Oreos, but they're not less than. They just are different, but also great. I ate a bag, and then I needed like 6 more bags to satisfy any craving that I had for Oreos.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making, any of the minis or the light and fit, these phrases you see written on the front, I don't know, light and fit, low fat, mini, diet friendly, these sort of catchphrases you see most of the time. Technically on paper, the Oreo Mini is a low calorie snack if you eat 1 bag. The problem is they're a high carb, sugary food that have a wonderful taste. And I don't know a single person that's satisfied after 1 bag of Oreo Minis.
Nope.
To me, if I eat one Oreo Mini, not a bag, one, the dam breaks, and I'm going to have to finish that whole box.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I think it's best to avoid these foods unless you have incredible willpower. And I mean incredible willpower. And usually in the diet world, willpower is sparse. Most of us don't have it. So they're deceptive because, yeah, on paper, the serving size, if you follow this prescribed serving size, they are low calorie, but the prescribed serving size is pathetic. It's a pathetic serving size. So I need 8 times the prescribed serving size to satisfy any kind of craving I'm having. And I don't think I'm in the minority there. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So that's one issue I have with the diet snacks, is most of them are designed to taste great, but make you crave more.
Yes.
And so you actually end up paying more money because they're more expensive, most of them, than the basic version of themselves. Another popular is like the Ritz baked or the Ritz light crackers in the baggies. Delicious. But again, mostly air and enough carbs to really rev up the system, spike the blood sugar. Now we fall into, we've done an episode on it, the sugar addiction cycle. This falls right into that category, except to me it's worse because you just have to eat more. And There's a lot of preservatives generally in these. Some preservatives are fine, but research is sketchy at best on preservatives and their long-term effects. And a lot of them have. So let me move us into another issue I have with a lot of these. I'm going to be specific, like coffee creamers. There's a lot of low-calorie diet coffee creamers. Coffee Mate is an example. Food Club is the generic brand, I think, at Food City. They're powdered. It'll say 1 calorie, 10 calories a serving. First of all, a serving is like, what, a teaspoon? That's nothing. It's like, if I put a teaspoon of creamer in my... If you're somebody that likes cream in your coffee, and you put a teaspoon of Coffee Mate in your coffee, the coffee goes from black to still black.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to dump it in. You got to really froth it up. It should be foaming, right? Once you've done that, you're now at a pretty high calorie amount. But also the big thing with coffee creamers, most of them, the low fat, low calorie ones, is they have partially hydrogenated, which is another word for trans fat. And per the FDA, you have to disclose if there's trans fat. However, per serving, if it's under a gram per serving, you don't have to disclose that. So if your serving size is really tiny and you have 0.9 grams of trans fat, you see how we could get away with sneaking in trans fats into all these foods. The serving size for most creamers is very small. And so again, people don't realize maybe how much garbage they're putting in their system.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, I guess, with any of these foods is check the serving size. Okay. If the serving size is small, you're probably taking in a lot of calories and don't realize it.
Yeah.
So and sometimes a 0, sadly, isn't actually a 0 on a nutrient label. As long as it's under 0 grams, they don't have to technically write it down. So those are just some things to be aware of when you're looking at low-fat, low-calorie foods. Is look out for the word hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated, and look out. And a lot of these diet foods have obscenely long ingredient lists. Now, sometimes you'll look at the ingredient list and go, "But wait, Lucas, a lot of those ingredients are fortified vitamins and minerals." Yeah, but usually they're the cheapest version. They're not well absorbed. Folic acid, for example, is commonly injected into grain foods like cereals and crackers and stuff. Folic acid, the type that most of the time is added, is not really absorbable. You're just going to poop most of it out. And it can potentially inhibit the absorption of good folic acid from natural sources. So, I'm just really skeptical of diet foods. I'd opt for the low-calorie whole foods like vegetables and lean meats and things like that. If I'm opting for diet, that's your diet food. Snack foods, minis, please. Delicious, but not nutritious. You're just eating garbage. And you have to eat 10 times the amount. And then by that point, you've eaten 5 Oreos.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Just eat some Oreos, you know. So yeah, that's just my little caveat. Another thing is people think that rice cakes, for example, rice cakes aren't the worst, I will say. The only warning I'd give you with rice cakes is, I alluded to this in the last episode. You should be eating grains or things like that with purpose, not just because, yeah, I'm hungry. Rice is going to make you hungrier. You're going to burn through rice in 15 to 30 minutes. Your blood sugar is going to go up, make you hungry. Just have a purpose for it, like weightlifting or exercise. So,
and with that
wraps it up, I think.
Would that purpose for rice? And I'm asking personally, would you do that before a workout or post workout if you're going to have like a bowl of chicken and rice, something like that, or chicken and rice and beef?
I have actually heard both from different sort of nutritional / exercise guidelines. I tend to lean after, within 30 minutes to an hour after a hard workout.
Okay.
Just to help replenish glycogen storage if I burnt through it from a hard workout, and help spare the muscle and help stimulate some muscle growth with the protein. You need protein with it.
And one quick more question here before I let you go. Would heart healthy also be something that our listeners should look out for?
Oh, thank you. Yes. That doesn't mean it's always a lie, but when they say heart healthy, a lot of the times they attach that to low fat foods.
Okay.
They say, there's no fat in this, therefore it's good for your heart. That's an overgeneral statement. That's garbage. That's probably based on some observational study on canola oil. A lot of the times they'll market canola oil as heart healthy. I haven't seen conclusive evidence to prove that. I don't know that's not true, but it's definitely a phrase that to me is way overused.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm glad you thought of that.
Well, Lucas, man, thank you so much for giving us the time today. We're going to let you get back to it over there in the Johnson City location. I love you, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you. See y'all.
Don't go away.